Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. What are you doing?
Keep that in there.
Okay.
I was waiting for you to say, I've got Randy here again. But it's okay. Don't delete that. That's awesome. Yes. What's up, guys? Glad to be here. And definitely, yes. So we are talking
We are going to talk about the Darlie Routier case. Because you heard me talk about it, my opinion so far. But you haven't heard Randy's yet. So, you know, I hope I brought... Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah. Okay. So,
it doesn't matter. So apparently she knows I'm not going to be much of a...
No, I don't mean that. I mean because you probably are.
Threat as far as information.
No.
I love you.
Okay. So, first of all, how do you feel about it? I mean, do you think she's guilty or innocent?
You're making me think of Guinness. All right, well, okay, here we go. Now, when you first brought this up to me, the Darlie, when I sat there and I watched the whole video with her, and yeah, you know, I had to go with what evidence, and what evidence was shown, and at the end of the video we talked about, and I believe that she had committed this horrific murders of her two kids. But then after a while I start realizing the time frame, the year that this had taken place. Excuse me. And it's back in them days, unfortunately, and probably still today, males back then, seriously, females were more like thrown, you know, just basically abused. Pieces of dirt, just thrown, you know, just toys or something, objects. I don't know what you would call it.
Like a male-dominated society where the males had all the jobs, the powerful jobs.
Yes. No, you're right. And so therefore, what really started to change my mind about me feeling that she wasn't guilty was a 911 call. That in itself, I think, explained a lot of that to me. I feel that was 100% legitimate. You know, because normally when people call 911, you know, and if they are guilty of something, they don't have that type of demeanor. They either say something or do something, you know, when this operator is talking to them, and it just doesn't make sense. This woman, she made sense to me. It seemed like a real sincere
Let me give
call.
you some of the arguments people made on that 911 call from the comments.
Yeah.
So one person, now I wish I would have wrote down the names, and I'm sorry I didn't, but one person said that when the 911 caller asked her, is there anyone else in the house? She quickly said no. But how would she know? Because she obviously saw that somebody if somebody did, just killed her kids. How does she know so quickly that there's nobody else in the house?
Yeah, right.
When you think she would be like, another thing is wasn't she worried about her youngest kid that was upstairs? Why didn't she ask about him? But of course she could have asked about him before she called 911. She could have asked Darren when he ran down the stairs, is so-and-so, I think it's Drake, or I don't know, I forget his name now, but is so-and-so all right? And maybe we didn't hear that. So she could have actually asked about him to her husband. I don't know. But they did bring up a good point. Like, you know, when they asked her, anybody else in the house? She said no. Like, how wouldn't she think, well, maybe there is somebody in the house. Somebody just killed my kids. I don't know. What did you say about that?
Well, I mean, number one, she's in shock, you know?
That's another thing, in shock. A lot of people don't think about how you would act when you're in shock. I agree that maybe some of the stuff that they point out how she was acting weird on certain things is right. I mean, she was in shock, right?
And you know, it's like, what year was that again? I'm sorry.
96.
96. So what? Women aren't supposed to allowed to be in shock like that? Just males? And I'm sorry. That's just my the demeanor of that time, the way they treated her in this whole case. But no, man, she was in shock, and only thing she knew is that was around her was just her two boys who were freaking bleeding to death. You know, I just that 911 call. I feel that was, wholeheartedly true, legitimate, but then I started, like I said, though, I looked at the videos, and the blood. There was a sweeper.
Yeah.
That was covered on, the blood.
What else? Go ahead.
But could she have not actually knocked that over?
After?
Yes.
Like, well, what if there was a struggle after when she was trying to get him? Like, could she have not knocked it over after? Like, and then people... Go ahead.
Not even a struggle, though. Maybe, she came back and then, hit the damn sweeper and knocked it over top of the blood that, she'd already transferred the first time. Who's to say? And there's
another... I'm just giving you some of the comments people said.
Yeah.
Another person, but I don't know how reliable this is because I never heard anything about it. But if this is true, then it makes me wonder. But I don't know if it's true. Just somebody commented that night she moved this painting out of the room or something off the wall so it wouldn't get splattered. So I don't know if that's true. How did that person that wrote that? How do you know? Is it somewhere? Like, how do you know for sure that that's true? Can you please answer? I never heard anything, but I mean, maybe they have information we don't. I don't know. I'm just trying to give you some of the arguments that people gave. Also, that of course, the fibers on the knife. That is kind of weird. Whoa. That's the most thing that gives me a little bit of doubt that, man, I keep going back to that. Like, what do you think about that? How, unless if they were some tampering with the evidence, and there's because it was the prosecution's forensic expert that found that. So, there's crookedness going on in all of freaking parts of what should I say? All of professions, and you'd be. Don't think there's not. I mean, there's going to be stuff going on in the government and stuff going on in the courts like that, there could be some lies. There could be some things where the prosecution wanted this so bad that they are working with a forensic expert that is friends with them and that lied. You never know. You never know, though.
I've seen this in many aspects, even in current time. People are friends. And sometimes your friends are in a capacity they hold a position to where they're very influential, and they thought, hey, listen, this case here, I really do like the guy. What do you think? Can we just cut him a break? All right, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, it happens. It does, and it's not right. Obstruction of justice again. But anyways,
I'm not sure. I don't want to say that because I mean, as far as like say that for sure, I should say. But
it
could be a possibility. Right?
I've seen, like I said,
it happens. It happens all the time. I'm telling you,
it does happen.
Look at the Steve Avery case, which. Somebody asked me about that. First time somebody asked me about that, me and him talked for hours. Did hours. I mean, so much research on that case back when, right after that Netflix series came out. Oh my gosh. But look how much freaking tampering with that evidence was going on.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, even if he was guilty, there were still some stuff going on, crookedness going on, in that the way they handled it and what they did with the evidence. You know what I'm saying? Like... They still messed with it. Even if he is guilty, they still mess with some of the evidence.
Right.
I think it's so obvious.
Yeah, Exhibit A. There you go.
I'm not sure how I feel about him. I know somebody asked. At first, for the longest time, I thought, no way, he's innocent. I stood by. I was 100%. He's innocent. He's innocent. He's innocent. Until I saw the interviews with that girlfriend after they broke up, and then I saw an interview with that one girlfriend he had in jail, and then they broke up, and she said she saw that side of him and he was crazy. It wasn't until I saw those two interviews that I started having a little bit of doubt that maybe he did do it. I don't know though. I know besides that, at first I thought no, he was innocent. So now I haven't looked into it in a while after that. So
I was just in shock and awe from how the whole case was handled in the beginning. That's
what I'm saying. It was handled horribly. Like, there was definitely some tampering with some of that evidence, and there was some stuff that went on that should not have by the cops. I mean, I'm sorry. And then another thing, I guess I just touched base on another case that somebody asked me. Maybe we could do a whole video on the West Memphis 3. Which I think they're guilty. I do, and now they're out public. They got released. Dude, yes. I think they're guilty. That's my opinion. We did a lot of research on that one too. It makes me sick to know that like what they did, because that crime was so.
That's a trouble.
It's such an evil crime, and these 3 people are free. That I think they're the ones that did it. I really do. I don't know.
Free and just marauding all over the world with
Johnny Depp, that one guy, Damien, is friends with like Johnny Depp and like what's his name from Pearl Jam?
Getting tattoos the same as famous personalities.
Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam.
Hanging out with the famous.
But then look how now Johnny Depp. Look at. Now his character is being up for, maybe he's not so great. I used to love Johnny Depp, but not anymore. Not after I've heard a lot about him. I don't know. I'm starting to not look at him totally different now.
Man, what a tangled web
I know. And that was like a big reason why they got out, is because all these big names were helping them, get the word out about that. So... I don't know. I just...
Get me out of poverty, Johnny Depp, please, if anything. But, So
anyway, back to Darlie. So, so what were we saying? Oh, that knife thing, okay? Man, and then also, I don't want to say it word for word how it was said, but I know the forensic expert said, when he talked about those fibers, he didn't say that it was a match. He said that how did he word it? It was almost like... that it didn't. How did he word it? The way he worded it, it was like he didn't actually say that it was the fibers, but he said it wasn't. Man, I forget the words. No. Oh shoot.
Are you talking about the screen fibers?
Yeah, the screen fibers. How he worded it, it was kind of suspicious. How the forensic expert, how he worded to say about those fibers that were matching. He didn't say, "Oh, these are the same fibers." The way he worded it was kind of suspicious.
Before I even seen that the video about the fibers, or that part of the video, I guess, about the fibers on the knife, I was really curious as to, are there any pictures of the screen that was supposedly broken into, cut? Because I want. And I don't think I've ever seen any pictures of the screen.
I did. Yeah, there's pictures.
Was it close-up pictures? Like zoomed up pictures?
Not like really close, but it was like where the screen took the whole page of the whole picture.
Could you tell whether the screen was actually cut from the inside?
No, it wasn't that close, but maybe you could zoom in once you see the picture, yeah.
Because, I mean, that's a determining factor.
Somebody, one of the comments on the video said that you could tell it was cut from the inside out. But maybe you're talking about because if the person escaped from the screen, was it just because the screen was pushed out the other way? Because that's how they got out too. So maybe if it was pushed out, is that what you're talking about? Or are you talking about the cuts? I don't know. And how, I mean, did you, maybe they were have a picture. If you have a picture of some close-up where you could tell that the screen was cut from the inside, then send it on over. You got my email, on my About page, so I would like to see it. Because of course I'm always open for debate. Like my mind can change; it's never set in stone. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So, if I don't know, I would like to see that though, or how you know that it was cut from the inside. But go ahead.
Yeah, no, that was the whole thing. Thank you. Yeah, no, because I was always I wanted to see that picture of that screen, because if whoever used that knife, if they cut it and then put it back in. That's sort of screwy there, but
and then another weird thing is another thing is they're saying, now this is kind of okay, they say how there's no like blood out in the garage, but they did find a little bit of blood like on that door, that they're gonna test all this stuff, but there was no like bloody footprints leading out to the garage or whatever. But if you guys are saying that Darlie killed the boys and then went out and planted that sock, there has to be some trail of blood, either if she went out the front or back. So where's her trail of blood leaving the house? Yeah. I don't know. You would think from killing her, the boys in that violent way that there'd be blood on her from that.
There'd at least be some trace of blood.
Yeah, so
at least
there's no trail of her leaving either. I know it's weird because there's not like footprints of him leaving, but also not of her, so I don't know. But there was a little bit of blood they did find in the garage doorway or whatever that they're testing, actually.
You know, but it begs that question. What, did Casper the ghost wear that damn sock out there and, you know, just drop it as he's floating through the air? How'd he get there? You know, no blood, nowhere. Somebody put it there. I don't think it was her. And
also, I'm sorry about the false information. He was watching the movie with me. It was like a documentary. It went on CBS or whatever, where it said that she was the first woman in Texas. Did it not say that?
Yeah.
It said she was the first woman placed on death row in Texas. So I guess I should have double checked that source because I guess he was wrong. But that's what it said on the video, which it kind of makes me mad though that he's putting out false information. Like I said, I should have double checked it, but I just figured like a statement like that, which is just like a common fact, that it would be right if he has a channel, a show documentary on CBS. You'd think he would have checked his facts, but
good point, because as thorough as you are, you know, it still happens to the best of, to a lot of the viewers out there too. You know, that's why it's so critical that everybody just, you know, try your best just to look at very reputable information on anything that you're curious about. Anything. So like I said earlier in the other video, that you can just process it so, at least in a way to where you can sleep at night and not be all, just all stressed out. And, just in a bad place, you know. That's what you need to do. Just be in a good place, even though all this darkness is, you know, out there. You know, we just gotta be okay. You know, that's all. That's all I say. But it's nuts. Yeah, because the guy, he seemed like a legitimate site. You know, like, because I was watching the same video she was, and I was like, oh wow, really, the first, you know, woman on death row. And then one of your viewers had made that comment.
Yeah, and then I looked at it, and you're right, she wasn't. So I don't know why.
Shame on you, mister. I don't even know what that guy's name is.
I don't either now.
Shame on you. You know, and that's the crappy part about this. Nowadays, there's so much information that's put out there and just chopped up, mutilated, altered. You know, pictures, even documents, and then, you know, people who really do truly want to know the truth, you know, they go and they see this, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? And unfortunately, you know, they're being implanted with a incorrect view. It's sad. It's a shame. We try not to do that. We try not to.
What about, have you heard that Karlie Guse story about?
I've seen your viewers talk about
that,
but I've been so
I saw
wrapped
a little
up
bit about that, where
the other things.
And that, I guess I'll just talk a little bit about that. She was, I don't even know, 16 or 17, 15 or 16 years old. She tells her, it's her stepmom and her dad, right? So she tells, she's supposed to go to a football game or whatever, and then she goes out and she ends up calling her stepmom and says, can you come pick me up at some place downtown or whatever. She didn't even end up going to the football game. So she goes and picks her up. She said she looked like pale white, and like she's seen a ghost when she picks her up. And I guess she's like tripping and like on something, you know. And she tells her stepmom, you know, we smoked something, you know, we smoked weed, and it, you know, and she was super paranoid, like, oh my god, like just freaking out, I guess, hallucinating, I guess. And I don't know, it's almost like it was laced with something. Definitely, it wasn't just weed. Like, it was laced with something, some kind of hallucinogenic probably, and maybe some PCP, maybe even, because it was almost like she was sped up and hallucinating. So I'm thinking, what drug falls under that? PCP is like a hallucinogenic that's like a speed too. So I'm thinking maybe it was laced with PCP. But so stepmom takes her home, and you know, I guess she recorded her because she wanted to show her the next morning how crazy she's like.
Yeah.
She like recorded an audio and put it in her pocket, but she won't let any. She didn't make that public. She won't let anybody really hear that recording. So, but anyway, they come home and the girl, you know, Karlie is just, you know, freaking out. So the stepmom stays with her all night when she's like, you know, she wants her there. She's like, she wants her there by her side, like, doesn't want her to leave her side because she's scared to death, but they don't know of what. She's just scared because she's like tripping, you know?
Girl, seriously tripping, yeah.
So her stepmom says she goes and she lays down with her. They're like face to face laying down right next to each other. She said like when she lay down, she could see, you know, when her eyes were shut, you know, her eyes going like this.
Yeah, REM.
Yeah, so, well, no, or just sped up.
Yeah,
you know, when
you.
And then you just, in your eyes just, because she's not relaxing, you know? So, and then the stepmom ends up falling asleep, right? She says she wakes up, I think it's at 6:30 she wakes up. I don't know, if hopefully I have all the details right. And she's gone. Karlie's gone. So she says she wakes up and she's like, Karlie, where, you know, where are you? She can't find her anywhere, right? She's gone. Never comes back. Haven't seen her. It's been like 3 months now.
What?
She hasn't been back. So there's a witness, you know, a witness. There's a neighbor says that he saw her at 6:30 walking down the street with a piece of paper in her hand looking up at the stars. Okay.
At what time?
No. So the mom woke up at 7:15. I think it was 7:15 that the stepmom ends up waking up, okay, and sees that Karlie's gone, okay, because the neighbor said he saw her at 6:30 walking down the street, you know, and with a piece of paper in her hand and looking up at the stars, right? Huh. And then there was 2 other witnesses that said they saw her. Basically, they have a trail of the people that saw her, and it looks like she walked up into the main road, like the highway, and then that's the last she's been seen. So people are thinking, I mean, even my dad said something like maybe like human trafficking. You know, somebody in the highway picked her up, and that's why they haven't found a body or anything, because she's still alive, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they searched the whole area. A lot of people now think that the stepmom is involved. Okay, the mother, the real mother, which she lives, now I don't even know what state this is in, forgive me, I don't have all the details here, but the real mom lives in a different state, right? And she thinks that the stepmom was involved. This is what her theory is, that the stepmom, or that Karlie overdosed, and the stepmom, you know, felt like it was her fault because she didn't do anything, so they hid the body, you know. Not that they killed her, but that she just overdosed. That's what the mom thinks, okay? But because there's this tape that the stepmom, or the real mom, says that on the tape that Karlie is asking the stepmom to call 911, and the stepmom's like, no, you're all right, you know, just go to sleep. You don't need, you know, we don't need to call 911. So the mom thinks, well, because then she ends up dying, and now the stepmom thinks, oh, it was my fault if I would just call 911. But actually, this was on Dr. Phil. That's how my dad knows about it. My dad watches Dr. Phil. This is on Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil, I guess, said, well, why, we asked you when you come on the show if we could hear that tape, and you said no. You know, why didn't you let us hear that tape? Well, they end up letting him hear it, but not us. They end up letting Dr. Phil listen to it. So he listens to it in his ears, not letting anybody else. Well, here he says, okay, no. So the stepmom says, no, the mom's wrong. She wasn't asking me to call 911. This is what she said to me. She said, if something would happen to me, would you call 911? And the stepmom says, yes, of course I would, but nothing's going to happen to you. The mom claims that she listened to a part of the tape and she said, call 911, and she said, no, you're all right, and just refused to call 911. When Dr. Phil listened to it, he said that the stepmom was right, word for word. She said, if something happened to me, would you call 911? And she said, of course. So the mom, I don't know why the mom lied, because unless Dr. Phil's lying, but Dr. Phil says, no, it's exactly what the stepmom said. This is what she said. I don't know. There's a lot of people, I guess, on social media, because I guess she posted on Facebook that day, you know, Karlie's missing. If anybody sees her, you know, posting a picture. And then everybody's like sending messages to her. The stepmom. Everybody's sending messages to her saying, you're a murderer, you murdered her. And so she's getting a lot of hate mail and stuff. So I don't know. I'm kind of new to this case. What I told you is all I know. So as far as thinking the stepmom's involved, I really don't. I think Because if that's a reliable witness, I would like to know for sure if the neighbor did see her walking away, and all those witnesses did see her as they saw, and she did walk away at 6:30, and somebody saw her like up at I guess the first witness was more reliable than the other one. They said the other one was a wooder, whatever that means. What's a wooder?
A wooder?
I think that's what they called him, a wooder or something. But they said even the stepmom and the dad weren't sure how reliable that witness was, but because they don't even know who it was that saw him at the highway. But the neighbor that saw her walking away at 6:30, then what? I mean, why? How would the stepmom have anything to do with it if he actually saw her walking away from the house? See, that to me makes it seem like no, then they wouldn't have anything to do with it. I don't know, but I would like to know, is that a for sure fact? Like, did the neighbor really say that? If so, then I think that no. I think she got human trafficking, sex trafficking, or some kind of human trafficking. Maybe got picked up on the highway, and now she's I don't know. It's just they haven't found her. It's been like what 3 or 4 months now, so I don't know. Somebody recommended covering that case, so I figured I'd throw it out there. But
let's just pray for all these poor people. Oh my God!
But anyway, so back to Darlie. I keep hearing.
Well, before you get to Darlie, we're talking about other cases too. Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
There's just one that I want to throw out. The Delphi Murders.
Yeah.
Okay. This is these two young girls who were just out on the tracks, walking the tracks, just out, nonchalantly having a good old time. And all of a sudden, apparently they were approached, or there was a male coming in their direction. And the one girl, she had a cell phone with her. And rightly so, I would imagine, because they were young. I'm not quite sure about the age. All the specifics I'm not quite sure about yet, so I don't want to give you false information. But whatever prompted them, they were fearful. So the one girl that had the phone, she put it in her pocket. First off, she snapped a picture of this male that just because, and thank God. And then she also had her audio on her phone and had put it in her pocket.
No, that's a screenshot of a video she had. A part of it was video, and then she put it in her pocket, probably. Or I think it was down to her side, they said, where you caught what he said. But from what I was reading, that was actually a part of a quick video, that was a screenshot of the video. You could take a screenshot that she took a video of him, and then must have put it down to the side when he... I think, didn't they say she took a video of him before? And then... That's what I thought. Or either a picture or a video... I don't know why I read online that it was actually a snapshot of a video. So I would like to see that video, but they're not releasing a lot of the details of that case because it's still open, and they don't want, like, how people will claim that they did it and they didn't, like maybe people that are already in prison, or so they don't want people, if they give all the details, they don't want people to just claim it. So at least if you don't know like how they were killed or whatever, if they can't give you those details, then they're not the ones that killed him. You know what I'm saying? So they want to be able to, tell if people are lying about that. So we don't know how they were killed. Right. But go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off. But so then they took an audio later, I think, because I think they saw him, and then they kind of got scared, but then he kind of like went away, and they were walking on the tracks, and then he came back when they were on the tracks. Remember? Yeah. And then he says down the hill. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I cut you off.
No, you're good. No, because that's how this works, Steph. You pick up when I stutter. Yes.
Yeah. There's that little bit of voice clip that says down the hill.
Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill. Down the hill.
That's all it says.
It's giving me chills talking.
Yeah, right. Not only that, it's cold here in Ohio today.
It snowed. It's supposed to be spring, and it's snowing.
Yeah, and I've got the window open like a Nimrod. But I just wanted to throw that out there too, because we have a few viewers that asked us to research into the
Maybe
Delphi murders.
Maybe we should go more in depth on other videos of each case sometime.
Yeah.
But we just wanted to bring.
But this is all new to us. Tips channel's only been on now for what, 2 months?
Not even.
And it's just really, really seriously awesome. Number one, but really, really overwhelming at times, because you get so many comments, and the comments are so hard to stay on top of. I mean, I'll get off work and I'll go through, I don't know, tons of them actually, and then Tip does the same thing, and it's just, wow, it's nuts. So yeah, we're doing.
I love it though.
Oh
yeah,
awesome. Don't get us wrong.
I'm like.
Yeah, it's a wonderful thing to
just
be able to
amazed,
communicate. Communicate
it's so
and
awesome.
Hang out with you guys.
Yeah.
And yes, you guys are hanging out with us, drinking some coffee, water,
Well, I finished my
5-hour energy shots. No wine here. I don't have a wine rack behind me. But no, yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, you guys are all just wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. The comments is just overwhelming, amazing, and yes, this girl, she rocks. I agree. She brings something that I think we all feel the same about. Just really.
So do you, though. Thanks.
Well, that's me. No, that's just it's just who we are, and now you guys, it's wonderful. It really is. So thanks for being there and hanging out with us. And we are going to attempt sometime today to do a live stream. Whether it's successful or not, we don't know.
Do a live
Our
stream.
intentions
Well,
are
if we
good.
do a live stream today, this video, by the time I edit it and upload it, won't be on until after the live stream.
But then
so
you'll know we still thought about it.
Yeah. So we are gonna. Well, hopefully we'll do it. So you'll see we're gonna hopefully
both of
do
us.
it. We just don't know about his internet, but hopefully we'll be able to do
figure it
it,
out.
and then you'll see this after it's already done, and then hopefully it's successful.
Deja vu. It's all in the mind. It's all in the mind.
Yeah.
But
So, do you have anything else to say about the Darlie? though? Yeah.
Nope, I really haven't had time, but I really do. Like I said at first, I thought she was really guilty. I really did, because of the evidences that they had given. And then that 911 call, I'm sorry, that just, I don't know.
I feel like I'm not like, whoa, like way over to the innocent side. Like I am right there teetering on like,
of course.
There's a part of me that still kind of thinks she is guilty, but there's just more of me, just a little bit more to think she's innocent. But I feel like if I keep covering her case and keep doing research and keep reading the comments, that I feel like I'm gonna end up going the other way. I don't know why. I'm already feeling like some of the things. I just figured out something though when I was reading this. When I was reading some of my things. One of the things where I thought, man, that's a sign that, that she's innocent. When I was reading it, hold on, let me find.
No, it's what you're gonna
When
do.
I read that, no, I know, but I read the part, Devon's blood was not found on the knife, the oldest son. So that knife, it was only Damon's and her blood. But think about this. If Devon was obviously killed first because he was dead already. Damon was still alive. So she could have killed Devon. Remember, she went to the sink to clean the knife off. Didn't know what she was going to do and realized, God, because Damon was Mama's boy. Okay, Devon, you know what I'm saying? So Damon was her, not her favorite, but she even said that's Mama's boy. He was quiet and always real attached to her. Kills Devon. Was like freaking out, goes and cleans off the knife. That's why Devon's blood's not on the knife. And then realizes, man, I have to kill Damon too, or something. Whether she had planned on killing both of them anyway, I don't know. But she kills him, cleans off the knife, then goes and kills Damon. That would explain why there was only one on the knife and why there's a cleanup at the sink. Because what if she cleaned the blood off of Devon's blood? Obviously, he was killed first because he was dead already. Damon was actually still breathing.
Damn, it's a shame they did not have body cams back
I'm not
in
saying
96.
for sure, but
I know,
doesn't that
I'm
kind
just
of
saying,
make you wonder? Go ahead. I
Modern
don't
technology,
know.
you gotta love it.
Well, I was reading this when you were talking about it. I'm like, wait, man, that would go along with her whole cleanup theory. That she cleaned it after she killed Devon and then went and killed Damon. And that's why there was no blood on that knife.
And maybe she could have actually cleaned herself up a little bit too.
Yeah,
You got the sock outside.
Yeah. But the sock had both bloods. So it had Damon's and Devin's blood.
But I mean,
so how would she have Damon's blood?
Oh, well, yeah.
If she didn't kill him yet.
And she did it afterwards, and then she cleaned herself up enough to go outside.
They said that their theory was that she killed both the boys, then did the sock, and then went and slit herself. So she didn't cut herself. This is their theory, that she didn't cut herself until she killed the boys. But the blood had both boys' bloods on it, so it would have been both already. Yeah. So, but I'm just thinking maybe she had a little bit harder time with Damon because that was her, her favorite or whatever. So she did Devin first, and then was kind of thinking and was like cleaned it off and didn't know, and then just went back and killed Damon. I don't know. But just reading that, now I'm starting to like, God, maybe not. I don't know. I mean,
how crazy to make just use that statement in one sentence. Yep, he was my favorite, so I figured I had to go back and kill him. Even though he's my favorite, I still had to kill him. But
no, I don't mean it like that.
No, but
I
I'm
just
mean,
saying
that happens.
Well,
it happens.
Yeah.
And
but what I'm saying is she killed Devin first, because maybe Damon woke up and saw her. I don't know. I mean, or maybe she felt like after she killed Devin, she had to clean it up a little bit because the knife had blood and crap all over it. Cleaned it up and then went and killed it.
Yeah. I
don't know. And then the bruises. Somebody made me realize on the comments it could have been the boys kicking and trying to fight her back while she's stabbing them.
Pretty damn bruised up too.
I know, but that was another thing that convinced me. How did she get those bruises? But you guys, a ton of people brought up this point that the boys could have been kicking, because they were laying down. They could have been kicking her as she was stabbing them and fighting them off, and that's how she got the bruises.
And she possibly could have just cut her.
Yeah, and then cut herself. Yeah, but I'm talking about the bruises. It was like, what is she gonna sit there and pound? Like that would have woke up Darren, unless if Darren was involved. Yeah, so for maybe they fought back. I don't know, Rand. I'm starting to lean towards the other way.
Old. I mean,
old enough to be kicking and fighting. I don't know.
Why do you do this to me? Now I
don't know, because I knew that once I read comments. I'm thinking, man, but I don't know. I mean, I want to wait till they get these tests, because there was a facial hair found, and there was 2 limbic hairs, which was leg hairs, right?
I would assume so.
Some limb hair, like limb. Yeah. I'm guessing leg because it was a sock, but there was 2 of those hairs in the sock. So, and then the fingerprints. I want to wait till because they're retesting all this stuff. It was 2017 they presented it. 2018 it got approved, so it should be in the process. So, if we don't hear anything and there's no trial in the next couple of years, then we know probably nothing came of it. But if there's something going on, I don't know. And then there was a canister of the dried flakes collected from the door of the Routier between the utility room and the garage, so where the guy would have went through. Yeah. So, and then
guy or girl?
Well, she said it was a guy, though.
Okay, all right.
That's the only reason I'm saying that, because she said it was a guy with a baseball cap. But I don't know. I'm just saying, all I know is, after reading that when you were talking, I read that whole blood knife, and I was thinking, man, wait a minute, that kind of goes along with the whole cleanup thing. And then I still have that stuck in my head because the bruises were another one. I'm like, no, there was a fight, like there's an intruder, but so many people said the kids could have kicked her, I don't know. But I don't know for sure. Like I said, I want to still look into it a little bit more. I'm interested to see what they find when they test this stuff. I'm sorry, are you mad that I did that, Rand? I changed it?
No, are you kidding? No, because we're throwing this up. Why would I know?
Oh, well, because what?
What do I gotta be mad about?
But like a lot of people did bring up, was the husband involved?
See, yeah,
And then, but wait, now I'm thinking, because remember how he claimed to have he even admitted that he hired somebody to burglarize their house for insurance money or whatever. What if he really?
See, I heard that.
Actually, because he had, what did he have, like a $300,000 claim on insurance for her life, right? Isn't that what? I think that's what it was. Yeah. So yeah, Darren had a $300,000 insurance money claim on Darlie, and then he admitted to hiring somebody to burglarize his home for insurance scam. So what if he really Because maybe he was afraid that this person would have come forward. So what if he really hired somebody to kill Darlie for that money? You know what I'm saying? For that $300,000 insurance money, he actually hired somebody to kill her, and that's why they came in there.
Yeah, but dude,
why
they had
kill
a
the boy
huge
then?
ass house. It looked like they were doing pretty good.
Yeah, but they weren't. They were behind on the mortgage. They had a really good business, and it was starting to go bad. It was an internet company or something, electronic company, but it was starting to come. It was starting to do really bad, or just wasn't bringing in the money that it used to, and they were behind on mortgages. They were behind on credit card bills and everything. So that's why he even admitted this in an affidavit. I mean, this was his words. Like, he said he hired somebody to burglarize, or he was looking for somebody to burglarize his home for insurance money. And then it was all known that he had...
He just came out and said
an affidavit, yeah. And then he even said that that was 3 months before the murders. He said he was looking for somebody. And he also said that night Darlie asked for a separation. And then he has a $300,000 insurance claim out on her. So what if he hired somebody to kill her?
No.
And maybe they figured, let's kill the boys first and then kill her. But I guess you'd think they would kill her first because that was what they were hired to do. I don't know. Maybe he hired somebody to kill all three of them for the money, you know, to look like it was... I don't know. So maybe it was him the whole time, you know?
Damn. All I know is my head is spinning on these things. That's just nuts. That's nuts. At this point in time, anything is definitely possible.
I don't know, but just like I said, we're still want to debate this. And
there's no
keep commenting on what you guys are thinking. Like I said,
but one more just before you go. Yeah. Okay, I've got to throw this out here too. And guys, I'm sorry because just one more here.
I saw that
the mentality, and this is. I really don't understand how people think like this. But what was the name of it, though?
It's Michelle.
But it's probably pronounced
I don't know.
Michelle.
I've never seen it spelled with a T.
Yeah, I know.
That's weird. Huh.
Mitchelle Blair is currently serving a life sentence for murdering her children.
I've seen this. This makes me sick.
Right. And that's why I say, when Tip brings something up, and you see me gazing off, all of a sudden, man, it just keeps my head starts spinning. I start thinking, yeah, this woman here, she was raised up in a weird
she
way
said she was molested.
Yeah.
She was sexually, molested when she was younger, and that's why she. Go ahead.
She let me see if I can get this straight because I don't know much about this yet.
I don't
but
know too much about that video.
She had 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl. And apparently she comes home from work one day or somewhere, and the little boy says, Mommy, I'm hurting somewhere. And then she asks the boy, did somebody touch you? Or anyways, long story short, the little boy says, yeah. And then she goes off and kills her daughter because she feels that her daughter had raped the little boy. But she kills her. Then turns around, kills her other son because of allowing it.
She killed the son first, actually.
Yeah,
and
okay.
The daughter, because
that's because
she said like raising her kids. She preached to them about how bad it is to be like molested, and like if anybody does it to them, to make sure they tell her, and how bad it is, and don't ever do that.
So,
and just because she was molested when she was younger.
So number one,
so
she
that.
introduces that.
Oh yeah, that's true. They're too young to introduce that. You're right.
Head.
You're right.
And
but that's her excuses. They knew better. They knew how wrong it was. I preached to them. So yeah, at first she kills the son because she says he admitted to it first, but then the daughter didn't admit. The daughter denied it, didn't say anything, and then a couple weeks later, a month later, whatever, finds out that the daughter was doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Kills the daughter. Yeah.
And then doesn't just kill him. She puts him in a damn freezer.
Right in the living room too.
Puts them in a freezer.
Right in the living room. Like, oh man.
For a long time. Then this woman goes to move out. I think it was she's moving out. Or something.
Remember. I don't know.
But anyway, somehow, finally, a long time afterwards, I don't know the period of time yet, Yeah, they finally find the kids in there. And yeah, to see the mother in the courts describing what she
and
did
she's
to the
saying
kid.
she would do it again.
She'll do
said,
it
"Oh,
again.
I'll do it again.
They'll
If I do it, I don't feel bad at
like
all. They deserved it. They shouldn't have done that."
And there you go.
Yeah.
And upbringing.
Yeah.
We got to touch base because there's viewers that I've also commented and replied back that we'll do a discussion on upbringing too, because I think it's and that's another thing to help the parents to maybe be observant about certain things.
The thing is she's preaching how she doesn't want to repeat the cycle and she wants to break it, but look what she's doing. Just because she's not sexually abusing her kids, she's physically abusing them. She killed them, so she totally repeated
broke
it.
that cycle.
She totally. I mean, that's worse. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's worse.
Well, it is worse because they can't. I don't know. That's how you're gonna punish them. Like that's so. It's just funny hearing her preach how like, nope, I'm gonna be a good mother. I would never do that. That's gross. They did it to me, and I preach to my kids. But yet, you're showing your kids it's okay to murder somebody. Okay, like, just shows you her thought process is but that's probably how damaged she's been, from her upbringing. Yeah,
I get
and she's
that
thinking,
damage.
that she's actually doing, some kind of justice for for her son, but really she's teaching her son that's still alive murder. When somebody does something like that, you could punish him by murder. Now, what's that son her son, how is he gonna grow up now? What if he's not, he might not repeat the cycle with either sexual some kind of sexual abuse or violence. I mean, that she's showing him that it's okay if somebody does something to you to kill them. I mean, what is she teaching him?
She just straight out to the judge.
She just ruined him. She says she's trying to she ruined him even more.
Yes.
I don't know.
And that's why, we're this is coming to this conversation about upbringing, and I'd rather have that conversation instead of some of these conversations with the murders. But isn't there something in psychology we can talk about that's happy human behavior, that's good? What makes I don't know what makes people smile? What makes people fall in love? What?
Yeah.
Hey, Santa Maria, it's just...
I've been so interested in criminal psychology like my whole life. That's why I got into psychology. I didn't get into psychology for the good stuff, which not that. No, I don't want to say it like that. Because I've been always a pretty happy person, so I didn't really.
Right. Yes, you have.
I just wanted to always get into psychology to figure out why everybody else wasn't, feeling the way I did, or try to figure out how to make them be able to feel that way, to change them and to help them so they can feel that way.
Amen.
So that's kind of what kind of drove me to the whole psychology. And then I always thought, with the whole criminal psychology, like with the whole serial killers, I always just wanted to study their mind because I always thought, that I would be able to change them. But I know now that because this is when I was younger. This one was 14 or 15. I didn't really know. Maybe even younger than that when I realized that. But I didn't really realize about the whole psychopath where it don't matter. They don't feel remorse. You're not going to be able to change them because they don't care. And I didn't realize that part of it. I didn't know about a psychopath or a sociopath back then. I just thought that, oh my God, I'd be able to get to every one of these people I work with. I'd be able to get to, there's a good side of every person. I always thought there's always a good side to them, but not a psychopath. And a lot of these people that, I'm not going to say everybody that commits murders are psychopaths, but a lot of these serial killers are psychopaths. So there is no good side to them. And now that I realize that, I mean, I know I can't change them, but I like to still study them, I guess, and maybe...
I'll tell you what, though, just for safekeeping, if you're out in the streets, you try to find a good place in anybody's heart, because if they are a psychopath, at least you can have put out a good thought just for a second so he can leave you the hell alone.
Yeah, but I mean...
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. At least greet people, give them that courtesy, But, you take it away there, Nope.
Well, I think that's that's all for today.
Yeah, my head's spinning.
But yeah, so we're gonna try to do that live now. So maybe like
that's
a
gonna
little
be
bit
fun. Yeah,
get
take a
prepared
break.
here, take like a 20-minute break. But like I said, though, if we do the live, this won't be on until you won't see this video until after we do the live. So I hope it works. I hope, because I know a lot of you guys have been requesting it, and we've been wanting to do it. I just want to do it when I'm with him, so we could help with the replies, help me read it, help me figure this all out.
Because right now, it's like as we're doing the video, I'm looking at viewers' comments from the other videos, and I mean, this can't be too hard. Oh, easier said than done, I'll bet.
Yeah. All right. Well. All right, guys. Well, till next time.
Yes,
See ya.
God bless you
Bye.
guys.